And now it's time for Who Smarted. Psst. Hey, Smarty Pants, give me just a second while I pick out something to drink at the grocery store. Let's see. They got Busted Blueberry Blast, Kiwi Kryptonite, Goin' Ape Grape, Mango Monstrosity, Peach Power, and Rhino Colada. Oh boy. As you might be able to tell from the names of these drinks, I seem to be standing in the energy drink aisle, and I gotta say, it's a bit much. In fact, oof!
Hey, sorry bro, didn't see you there. Say, you grabbing that last Rhino Colada?
No, it's all yours.
Sweet! Oh yeah! This one's the best. Well, except for Strawberry Banana Bomb Cyclone, but they're always out of SBBC. It's like a total bummer, bro.
Definitely, bro. So, you love energy drinks, huh?
Who doesn't, bro?
Actually, the name's Trusty Narrator.
Cool! I love names with adjectives in them. I'm Extreme Eric.
Extreme Eric? Wow, sounds like you could be an energy drink.
Ha! You know, you might be right. I slam down so many energy drinks every day, I've probably got more Red Bull in me than red blood.
You seem pretty happy about that.
Why wouldn't I be? Who doesn't like energy? Speaking of, I'm feeling a slight dip in stamina. Better pop a Peach Power. Ah, that's better.
So I take it you know a lot about energy drinks.
I sure do. Like, which ones are extreme, and which ones are turbo, and which ones are orange, and which ones are not orange.
Cool. But do you actually know what's in them, Extreme Eric?
For sure. It's like powerful molecularized energy crystals and other cool stuff. It's totally good for you and keeps you alert, so you can be your most extreme self. Woo! Check out this backflip. Whoopsie.
Clean up in aisle 3.
Yeah, I'm not saying that energy drinks don't give you energy, but energy drinks are actually not that great for you, and you definitely shouldn't drink them every day.
What?
Smarty Pants, what do you think? Are energy drinks good for you? What are they made of? How do they give you energy? And should kids be drinking them?
I sure hope so. I just ordered a year's supply for my nephew. He just turned 6.
Oh boy, I'm definitely glad you ran into me, Extreme Eric. Looks like it's time for a big whiff of science and history on
Who smarted? Who smarted? Who's smart? Is it you? Is it me? Is it science or history? Listen up, everyone. We've been smarting. Lots of fun on Who Smarted.
Hi, Trusty here with a special message for all the parents and guardians listening. I know how important it is for your child to excel in every way possible, especially when it comes to education. Well, thanks to my friends at IXL, you don't have to go it alone. IXL is a personalized learning platform that's transforming the way children master everything from math to social studies. IXL's interactive courses and immediate feedback ensure learning is super engaging and accessible for every student, pre-K through 12th grade. Imagine that, a tool that grows with your child, offering personalized recommendations based on their progress. And we know it works because we've used it ourselves. Adam Tex Davis, co-creator of Who Smarted, used IXL to help his daughter stay on top of her schoolwork and excel in her classes. Backed by research, students who use the IXL program are more likely to get higher test scores because IXL functions like a tutor. And whether your child needs help with homework, classwork, test prep, or is looking for a challenge, IXL has you covered, and all of that at an affordable rate. A 1-month subscription to IXL costs less than what most tutors charge for an hour. And one subscription is good for every child in your household. Join the millions of parents who trust IXL and make an impact on your child's learning today. Oh, and Who Smarted listeners get an exclusive 20% off IXL membership when you sign up now at IXL.com/smarted. Visit IXL.com/smarted to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price. IXL Learning. Inspire. Excel. Learn more at IXL.com.
Woohoo! Check out this cartwheel!
Clean up in aisle 4.
Okay, Eric, first things first, you need to stop doing gymnastics in the grocery store.
It's not my fault, it's the energy drinks! Bro, I'm so pumped!
Right, that's because they're loaded with caffeine.
Caffeine? What are you talking about? Caffeine isn't coffee. Does Watermelon Attack taste like coffee? I don't think so, bro.
Well then, check the ingredients on the can if you don't believe me.
Let's see. Caffeine, 200 milligrams. Whoa! There is caffeine in here.
That's right. And do you know why?
Because caffeine gives you energy?
Yep. Caffeine is a stimulant that increases the activity of your brain and your nervous system, and basically gives you a feeling of alertness and wakefulness.
Which is why people drink coffee in the morning, right?
Exactly. Now, here's the big question, Smarty Pants. How much caffeine do you think a can of energy drink has compared to a cup of coffee? Is it A, 5 times more, B, 10 times more, or C, about the same amount? If you said C, about the same amount, you're right.
So, what you're saying is coffee and energy drinks are exactly the same, right?
Wrong. While they both definitely contain caffeine, a couple hundred milligrams to be exact, but in coffee the caffeine is naturally derived. Plus, coffee has some good stuff in it too, like antioxidants and vitamin B3 and potassium. But with energy drinks, in addition to caffeine, they have lots and lots of something else. Any guesses what it is, Smarty Pants? Here's a hint. It rhymes with booger.
Boogers!
No. Sugar. Did you get that right, Smarty Pants?
Sugar! Extreme Eric loves sugar!
Most people do. After all, sugar is delicious. But too much of it isn't good for you. And you know how you feel super alert and energized after having an energy drink?
Yeah! Check out this split press to a handstand!
No more supermarket gymnastics.
Okay, it's just that I'm so energized!
Of course you are. That super great extreme feeling you have after having an energy drink is from the combination of caffeine and sugar.
Okay, and?
And what the sugar does is spike your blood sugar levels. This creates short periods of energy, followed by a drop in blood sugar. That's called a sugar crash.
You know, come to think of it, sometimes I do feel kind of sleepy, and not extreme, right after I felt very extreme.
Exactly. Too much sugar will do that to you. And too much caffeine can increase anxiety, disrupt sleep, and even give you an irregular heart rhythm.
Yikes, that sounds not good.
Nope, not good.
But if energy drinks are mostly sugar and caffeine, how come they all have such cool names and colors and say they do all kinds of different stuff? Like, some help you study, some help you rule at sports, and all kinds of stuff.
That, my extreme new friend, is you falling victim to the wonderful world of marketing.
Marketing? What's that?
Marketing, as in the way companies promote, sell, and convince you to buy their products. Let's look at some of these energy drink slogans. Fly by night. Experience the phenomena. No sleep.
Yeah, so extreme.
Not really. You're not actually going to fly. There's no phenomena. And while you'll probably have trouble falling asleep, all we're really talking about here is a caffeine-filled, sugary drink. That's it. There isn't much more to it than that. Besides, energy drinks aren't anything new.
They're not?
Nope. Smarty Pants, any guess when the first energy drink came out? Was it the 1920s, the 1940s, or the 1950s? The answer is the 1920s.
Whoa.
One of the first energy drinks was made in England in 1927. It was initially called Glucosade, but the name was changed to Lucozade.
I gotta say, I don't know about those names, bro.
Yeah, but bad names aside, it was basically just sugar water marketed as an energy drink for sick people to make them feel better. The slogan was, Lucozade AIDS Recovery.
Oh, I get it. It's not good, but I get it.
You might be surprised to know it still exists today, but the recipe is a bit more advanced.
Extreme!
Right. Then, in 1949, an energy drink called Dr. Enough was formulated in the USA. True or false, Smarty Pants? Dr. Enough was invented by an actual doctor. The answer is false.
Ah, so close.
It was invented by a businessman named William Mark Swartz. And although it was still mostly sugar and caffeine, to be fair, Dr. Enough was loaded with B vitamins. And surprise, surprise, you can still get that today too. A bottle of Dr. Enough contains about 80% of your recommended daily requirement of niacin, thiamine, potassium, and iodine.
Hey, that stuff sounds good for you, am I right?
Yes. Listen, energy drinks aren't that bad for you every now and then for a quick pick-me-up, but you shouldn't have them all the time. Oh, and they are definitely not for kids.
Why not?
The answer is right after this quick break and a word from our sponsors. Hola, bonjour, hello, ni hao, ciao. Hey, Smarty fans, I'm learning to say hello in lots of different languages. Of course, learning a new language is hard and expensive and requires lots of books, private tutors, and courses, right? Wrong. All you need is this sound. That's the sound of Babbel, the science-backed language learning app that's teaching me and millions of others across all age groups how to learn new languages in a way that actually works. And Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons will have you speaking a new language in as little as 3 weeks. Trust me, a subscription to Babbel is like having a language school in your pocket, including lessons, demos, and pronunciation tests that will have you quickly and confidently having conversations in other languages. And just for Who Smarted listeners, there's a special limited time offer. Right now, get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/smarted. Again, this is only for our listeners. Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/smarted. Spelled BABBEL.com/smarted. Rules and restrictions may apply. This message is sponsored by Greenlight. Hey, smarty adults. As you know, Who Smarted is all about teaching young smarty pants about, well, everything. And what better thing for kids and teens to learn about than the value of money? That's why I'm happy to bring you this message sponsored by our friends at Greenlight. Greenlight is a debit card and money app made for families. It's the perfect way for parents to broach the topic of money and help teach their kids and teens how to manage, save, and spend money in a fun, accessible way while still under a watchful eye. I wish I had Greenlight growing up. Seeing how Greenlight has enabled the kids in my family to learn how to budget and make good financial decisions assures me they'll be set up to handle future finances in a really smart way. I can't stress enough what a helpful tool this is. To sign up for Greenlight today and get your first month free, go to greenlight.com/smarted. That's greenlight.com/smarted to try Greenlight for free. Hey, Smarty fans, especially any future entrepreneurs or small business owners listening. I am so excited to speak to you on behalf of our new sponsor, Squarespace. Squarespace is the place to help you create beautiful websites, engage with your customers or audience, and sell anything from products to content to time. Whether you're just starting out or managing a growing brand, Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform that lets you stand out and succeed all on your terms. I've personally used Squarespace to quickly launch websites without needing to hire a whole team or spend a ton of money. Simply put, Squarespace is the easiest, best way to get your website up and running in hours, not weeks. To check out what Squarespace can do for you, go to squarespace.com/smarted to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, go to squarespace.com/smarted to save 10%. Thanks. Now back to Who Smarted. Do you really need another one? This is your third one in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's the last one. Well, until bedtime. Anyway, what were you saying about no energy drinks for kids?
What I'm saying is all energy drinks have caffeine in them, and caffeine isn't good for children.
Why not?
Because kids are way more sensitive to caffeine than adults. In kids, caffeine can cause disruption to sleep patterns and their regular routines, which are extremely important during development. And too much caffeine in anyone can cause jitteriness, increased blood pressure, and dehydration, to name just a few things.
So what you're saying is, don't buy my 6-year-old nephew a year's supply of energy drinks.
Definitely not.
Oh well, he also loves Minecraft. But wait, before you said all energy drinks were pretty much just caffeine-filled sugar water. But how can that be when I see some have crazy ingredients in them?
Oh yeah? Like what?
Well, 2 ingredients I see on lots of energy drink cans are guarana and taurine. Those aren't just sugar and caffeine, right? They've got to be good for you, right? Right?
Well, yes and no. Let's tackle them one at a time. Guarana is a common ingredient in energy drinks due to its high caffeine content. It's a plant that's native to South America that contains about twice as much caffeine as coffee beans do.
Yes, so extreme.
Which is why it's so popular in energy drinks. It's a plant that's safe to ingest, but it does have a lot of caffeine. Oh, and speaking of guarana, true or false, Smarty Pants, herbivores, or plant-eating animals, tend to not eat the guarana plant's berries and seeds. If you said true, you're right.
I guess those little leaf-eating critters just can't handle the extreme caffeine. Woo!
That's right, Eric. Maybe you could take a page from their book and lay off the stuff a bit.
Now that would be extreme.
Yeah. And speaking of extreme, the other ingredient you mentioned, taurine, is pretty powerful.
It even sounds powerful. Taurine, taurine, taurine. What is it?
Well, for starters, it's a little bit weirder than guarana.
How so?
Well, while guarana is a plant, taurine is a naturally occurring amino acid that was originally discovered in the bile of an ox in 1827.
That is extremely gross. So what does it do?
Well, first off, it's not an essential nutrient to humans, but you can consume it, and it does have some benefits. It basically regulates calcium in nerve cells and controls inflammation.
What does that have to do with giving you energy?
It doesn't. Again, it all goes back to marketing, bro. With taurine, there's always been kind of a vague and generic claim of youthfulness and vitality, but it's probably not doing much for you. Though it's not really doing any harm either. But you want to hear something kind of crazy?
Always!
In one study, taurine was given to middle-aged mice and monkeys, and the results were their muscles, brains, and immune systems functioned better. And the lifespan of the mice also increased by about 10%.
Whoa! If taurine can make mice live longer, can it make people live longer too?
Don't get too excited. There's no evidence of that. Yet. And I wouldn't recommend having too much of it, mainly because we don't know what the risks are. But even though taurine isn't essential to humans, there is a common, beloved household pet that must have taurine in its diet. Smarties, any guess which pet? Is it A, dogs, B, hamsters, or C, cats?
I'm going with hamsters, because hamsters are totally extreme. I've got a hamster named Shredder who can chew through anything.
Cool story, bro. But it's actually C, cats.
Meow.
If cats are deficient in taurine, they could eventually go blind. But since cats cannot produce taurine on their own, they must get it from their food, which means all cat food contains taurine.
Or they could just drink energy drinks.
Do you really think cats need more energy?
Good point.
So, to recap, energy drinks are fine to enjoy every now and then for grown-ups, unless you shouldn't be having sugar. And they're definitely not for kids ever. Sorry, Smarty Pants. If you want to stay hydrated and boost your energy, try some cool, refreshing water instead.
Water? Water?
Yep, water. It comes in ultra, mega, crystal clear.
Nice. Now that's what I call extreme.
Do you love Who Smarted but don't love all the ads? We get it, but we also need the ads to pay for the show. However, there is a way you can listen to Who Smarted without any ads while still supporting us. Just subscribe to Who Smarted Plus, and for a few bucks a month, you'll get every episode ad-free, plus an extra new episode every week and monthly bonus content. Our annual subscription even comes with a 7-day free trial. Subscribe now on Apple Podcasts or on our website, whosmarted.com. Just click subscribe. And teachers, click on Educators to get Who Smarted Plus for free. Thanks for smarting with us. A special shout out to Super Smarty fans William and Alba in Corremios, British Columbia, Canada. Why do they love Who Smarted, you might ask? Well, according to them, it may be hard to describe the depth of love they have for our show. Thanks you two. We're so glad you love sharing all the things you learn with your friends and family. This episode, Energy Drinks, was written by Phil Jacked Up Jeremy and voiced by Adam Celsius Davis, Monster Max Kamaski, and Jerry Colbert. Technical direction and sound design by Josh Red Bull Hahn. Our associate producer is Max Kamaski. The theme song is by Brian Ghost Suarez, with lyrics written and performed by Adam Tex Davis. Who Smarted was created and produced by Adam Tex Davis and Jerry Colbert. This has been an Atomic Entertainment production.